Two best dressed men in town sitting right here with me today, John Mark Warren,
John Mark Warren.
You're not the only one that's ever done that.
John Mark.
We are constantly confused.
Do you really have that happen to you?
Truly, all the time. Well,
because you do look so much alike.
One client thought that I was his father, actually, and John Mark brings that up a lot. You know, actually, he thought that John Mark was my son.
I think if I would just drop off the C and the John, I'd be fine. Mark Warren, Mark Griffin, I'm good.
Right. You know,
with the Marks
C. Mark, John Mark, and yeah, Mark Henry Warren, my son now. So we have 3 marks at the firm. Three marks against you at the firm. We're really 4 you at the firm, okay?
3 marks for you.
3 marks for you at the firm now.
You know, I love it when y'all are here because I can almost just sit back and not talk at all. But you did want to come on, all jokes aside.
Yes.
Every year you stress this point. We're happy to all be in the summer season, but it is the most deadliest time of the year for crashes. In fact, it's the 100 deadliest days of summer. You don't want that to be the case this year.
No, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, we see a 26% increase in accidents involving teenagers. Motor vehicle accidents, to no one's surprise, is a leading cause of teenager death. And when school lets out, you have a lot more distractions in the car. And as we all know, distracted driving causes many of the accidents, if not a majority of the accidents.
Right. So you always have kind of this call to action that you do, and then you accompany that with the Never Text and Drive pledge. Are y'all about to do that again soon?
Yes. June 25th is Never Text and Drive Night at Erlanger Park. We'll be giving away for the first 500 people there a Never Text and Drive cell phone pouch, which I've been using, which is great to use because you can put your cell phone in here and it does not ring. It does not ring.
These are fantastic. It's surprising how well these things work. You put your phone in there, you drop it in the console, or throw it in the back seat. It still receives a text. You just don't hear it. It doesn't ring. You can check those things when you get to your destination.
The last time y'all were here, we had the spin the wheel.
Right, the Never Text and Drive wheel.
And I got to spin it, and that's what I want.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Right.
And I have used it.
Very good. Well, good for you. 5 on the outs, not so hard.
She's following that plan.
That's awesome.
But I will tell you, it's mentally difficult
to do it. Isn't it? Even though we know it's unsafe to drive with your cell phone in your hand, it's against the law to do it. It's hands-free Tennessee. But still, just the mental hurdle it takes because we're so hardwired to listen for a being.
Exactly.
I mean,
we should think of this as a teaching moment. You know,
yes,
our
absolutely.
children learn by example.
Right.
And if they see us texting and driving, guess what? What are they going to do?
Yeah.
You know, and you're talking about the 100 deadliest days of summer. This is a bad combination of inexperienced drivers, more of them on the road because they're not in school. They're with their buddies, so they're distracted. That's eating, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever they're doing in the car as they're driving along. All that's distracted driving. And 60% of crashes involving teens involves distracted driving.
So I will chime in on an observation. Y'all can say I'm crazy or that you had the same one.
Sure.
So I get it that you want to protect the young drivers and they're just newer at it. So of course they're a little bit more vulnerable.
Right.
They are experts, however, on those phones.
They are.
And I'll tell you what I noticed. I was with my 21-year-old daughter. We were driving down Snow Hill Road, a road you know quite well. It's a very turny road.
Yeah.
And 3 cars in a 3-mile span crossed the double line into our lane.
Right.
All 3 were older people, and we caught them looking up real fast.
Well, yeah. I mean, adults do it more than their kids do it, I believe, and the adults should be the proper role model. And during this 100 days, deadliest days of summer, it's an opportunity for the parents of the household to look for opportunities to remind the children about how dangerous it is. For example, when a tragedy happens with a motorcyclist or another child, another teenage driver, that's when the parent sits down and says, I feel sorry for this family. They're having to go through this because it's avoidable. They don't wear their seatbelts as much. People aren't wearing seatbelts as much.
Right.
The kids are driving too fast. And another distraction are the number of kids you have in the car. Right. It correlates with the risk of an accident. The more kids you have in the car, this is common sense, but common sense is not so common. You know, the more kids you have in the car, the more difficult, the more risk you have of a car accident. So as a parent, you know, and they're going to the lake, how many kids will be in your car, Jack? Right. And if you're going to have 3 or 4 kids, you know, you kind of, you know, say, can you drive separate cars? It's a big deal.
There is just one extra teen in the car. There's a 17% increase in a chance to have a crash. 17% just one extra person
That's
because of the distraction.
astounding. Okay, I'm curious about something. At the Never Text and Drive night at the Lookouts.
Yes, Erlanger Park.
Can you get more than one of those? Because,
Absolutely.
Because I think, too, from a teaching perspective, if you had, let's say you're a family of 4 and
Sure.
you're all teenage and up,
Yeah.
if everybody had one of those,
We're-
then everybody puts it
we're
in
gonna,
there.
We're going to give out 500 of these.
500 of these. They're
Plus,
wonderful.
they will be set up. We'll be taking pledges throughout the game at Erlanger Park. It's a Thursday night, you know, so please show up and have a good time with us.
I hate to bring up something kind of just ridiculous, maybe, but maybe not. It is a good time, too, to talk about uninsured motorist insurance.
It's always a good time to talk about uninsured motorists because 6 out of 10 drivers don't have insurance.
So
Is
if
that
you're
the
in this
stats?
heightened time of concern,
Right.
You know, some of the first things people will quit paying for when the economy takes a downturn is shoes and insurance.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
they're not replacing their shoes, and they're going to cut their insurance.
Now, insurance I know about.
Even if they stayed legal, I learned that from the Waltons.
Really? Shoes and insurance.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Yeah,
The
back in the
Waltons?
Depression.
The
yeah.
Waltons.
Yeah, so
I love that show.
and it's hilarious.
Shoes and insurance.
Dun,
I know about
dun, dun,
insurance.
dun,
The shoes.
So
just dropped
anyway,
on me.
even if you have insurance, you know, if you're cutting, the first thing you cut is your uninsured motorist because you're not required to have it.
Right.
So you better protect yourself and get uninsured motorists and don't get the minimum limits.
Right.
Extra
Make sure
limits
you're
are
covered.
so inexpensive
Right.
compared
It's dirt
to.
cheap. It's
All
dirt
right,
cheap.
they're telling me I have to say good night, John Boy.
Good night, John
All right.
Boy.
There
Shoes
you go.
and insurance.
How
Mark
about that?
Warren, see Mark Warren, John Mark Griffin, say it the right way, warrenandgriffin.com.
There you go.
Great to see you guys.
Go Vols.